A lot of guys, they brag about, well, my woman's only been with 2 or 3 men, right? And then I have to inform them, do you know that those 2 or 3 men were So there were 2 before you that were tracing their penis inside her vagina. Literally, you came after 2 penises, sir.
Hey, yo, Papi in the house. So in this video, we're taking a look as to how women are losing good quality men and what happened when men stop caring. All right. So without any further delays, click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
A lot of guys, they brag about, well, my woman's only been with 2 or 3 men, right? And then I have to inform them, do you know that those 2 or 3 men were So there were 2 before you that were tracing their penis inside her vagina. Literally, you came after 2 penises, sir.
Right.
Even if it's just 2. 2, 3. My woman only had 2, 3 men. Well, those 2, 3 men.
All up in the face, in the ear,
in the hair,
all of that,
skeeting in her eye.
Right, it's still DNA left in the scalp.
Banging from all sides, picking her up.
All of the above.
Woke up first thing in the morning, put it in her mouth. So it doesn't matter if it was 2 or 3, sir. You are still not the first.
You know what? She has a point over here. As for men, I think it just soothes their ego to know that their woman has been with less men than any other woman out there. For men, I don't think they look at the finer detail, right? As long as a woman has been with like less than 5 people, then he's good. He's chilling. He's at peace. He doesn't need to know what happens with those 5 people, what they should do exactly with each single one of them. You know what I mean? So that's what goes on in a man's mind. Now I know this girl here, she paints a clear picture as to what goes down with those 2 men, and she makes a valid point. I gotta tell you this, right? This is the one thing that this is the one thing that men overlook. Men tend to think that, oh yeah, she's been with less people than any other woman, blah blah blah, she's better. No, you don't know what she did. You don't know what those 2 men did to her, right? So now this begs the question, is it better for a woman who's been with 10 men but she's only slept with each man 1 time, or is it better for the woman that's only been with 2 men but she slept with them over thousands of times? Who's better in this case? I want you guys to comment down your answers down below, right? Because a lot of men, they tend to look at the fewer numbers of partners as the best options, but they don't realize that, okay, yeah, she could be with fewer numbers, but she could have been sleeping with them however many times. You know what I mean? She could have slept with them thousands of times. And then you could have a woman here who's been with 10 men, but she only slept with them only once. Now she only slept 10 times with each man, right? So you gotta I guess it depends on your morals and your own values. But as for men out here, we already know nowadays they tend to look at the fewer number as the better. But this just goes on to show that fewer number is not even the better too, right? Like, you could have a woman that's been with 2 men, but now these men, maybe they didn't use protection at all, and you could have another woman that's been with 10 men, but she used protection with all of them. So who's the cleanest? Who's the best? I don't know. I'll leave for you to figure it out, and I'll leave for you guys to comment your answers down below.
How long you been together?
For like 5 years.
Should he have any say in how you dress?
I understand him, but sometimes, yeah, like, it's fine to me. He can have a say.
How do you feel?
She can wear what she want, but it's like, how they go out and want to wear all that shit, show all that skin and shit. Like that, I feel like that's for single people. So if you want to be single, you can wear that shit, do what you want. But I mean, if you want to be in a relationship with me, you can wear what you want. But I mean, I feel like you should respect yourself. You feel me?
Does it make a difference if you're with her?
It's all up to her. But I feel like if she in a relationship, she should respect her body a little bit more, if that makes sense. Showing all your skin and shit, I mean, you're doing that for a reason. So that's how I feel about it.
You feel like women show a lot of skin just for attention?
No, I completely disagree.
Why?
Because women can wear what they want. It doesn't have to be a symbol of gaining attention. It's just what they like,
But he seems to think differently.
Yeah, he doesn't get it, but he'll learn.
If a female go, for example, she go and she want to wear a bra or some shit, go out in a bikini or some shit, walking around. You're not at the beach.
Okay, but it's not.
Why you
that.
got a bikini on? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I mean, like I said, she can wear what she want, but we all know what's really going on. That's how I feel about it.
On this next video here, she got a good wise man here who's speaking facts. Now, I want you to keep note, they've been together for 5 years. Look at that, 5 years, and she cannot even humble herself to listen to her man and provide him what he desired. And that's for her not to be dressing with her skin showing so much, right? 5 years, man, and your woman can't even provide you with the level of comfort. Even if she doesn't want to do it, just the fact of her doing it for you shows that she cares about you. But this woman here, she dresses and moves how she wants, even though her man does not support it. And the thing about her man here, I can tell you this, I feel like he's a little bit afraid of losing her, and he's a little bit afraid of starting conflict, because a part of him is saying that she can dress and move however she wants, but the other part is he's saying it's wrong. You know, if a woman's been with a man, she shouldn't be showing skin, she shouldn't be doing this and that. But at the same time, he's still telling her she can dress and do whatever she wants. I feel like he needs to put boundaries. You know, if this affects you greatly, you don't want your woman dressing out a certain way, you should make it clear to her. And if she doesn't want to follow your rules, she doesn't want to follow your preference, or she doesn't want to follow what you want, then it might be time for you to leave this relationship. You see, he's right now sucking up in this relationship, knowing very well he doesn't accept her the way she dresses, but yet he still keeps saying she can dress however she wants. He seems to be on the fence, so he needs to make up his mind. You know, he shouldn't be on the fence like this, cherry picking. You know, just make up your mind, tell her straight up she can't dress the way she is. You're not trying to control her, you're just letting her know your boundaries, and if she cannot comply with your boundaries, you gotta leave this relationship. No need for you to be in between the fence here. You know she's dressing a certain type of way, and you know you're affected greatly by this, but I don't know why you still stand by this and keep saying that she can dress how she wants. And by you saying this, now she feels that she can wear exactly what she wants, right? She feels comfortable enough to wear what she wants, but then you're here pouting, saying like, you know, it's not right, she shouldn't be showing skin. Like, come on, bro, make it clear, bro, make it make sense, make the mathing. Like, it's crazy that you guys been together for 5 years and she still won't respect your boundaries like this. She still doesn't agree with how you think or what you value or what you want. 5 years, bro. That's insane, bro. You know what? I can't even imagine what happens when you put a ring, bro. Because right now, at this moment, it just shows on you're in for hardship.
Let's say we were together. Would you tolerate cheating from me?
Of course. I would.
Now, why is that?
Because men biologically cheat. Because you can go sleep with a girl right now and it's just pleasure. For example, we're surrounded right now by a shit ton of amazing clubs. You can walk into the club right now, get super drunk, and just have a one-night stand, but you're still coming home to me, sleeping with me, providing for me, and doing everything you're supposed to. It's just biologically made that men are gonna go ahead and cheat because it's just pleasure. You know what I mean? It's status, basically, when men cheat.
But when women cheat,
it's disrespect, because when we cheat, it's a connection. Like, we cheat with intention, we cheat with emotions. You guys don't cheat with emotions, we do. So I don't think a man should stay with a woman that cheats on her.
now why wouldn't you feel insecure by finding out that I, was blowing another chick's back out?
As women, you're meant to be feminine and protect of the home and stay with your partner and take care of the kids. So if you're providing for me and doing everything you're supposed to, I would definitely tolerate cheating. But if it's a 50-50 relationship, it's like I'm your roommate. Why are you like making me downfall? Like, that's not cool.
This next one, bro, I gotta tell you, bro, I don't know, man. Was she a man before this or what? I feel like she did some sort of transformation, bro. I feel like she transgender or what? How is she thinking like a man right now? Like, you rarely meet girls that think in this type of way. And that explains why she's getting cooked in the comments so badly right now. A lot of women out here bashing her and going at her for talking like this, and I hope she really stands by this. She's not just trying to be a pick me, but because a lot of women nowadays, they don't understand this. Women tend to think that men and women are the same. Cheating for men and cheating for women is exactly totally the same, when it's shown that it's not. As you may know, women cheat first mentally and then physically. As for men, it's just physically before mentally. You know what I mean? It's totally the opposite, right? So like, a man can sleep with a girl and doesn't mean nothing, but a woman, if she sleep with a dude, she already knew beforehand. She had already mentally cheated on you before doing the deed. She's practically telling you for what it is. And at the end of the day, as we've seen from back in the days, from the past, from history, that men, they've always had more than one woman. They've never stayed loyal to just a single woman. And even if you look at the greatest men to ever live, all the powerful men, the men that made an impact in this world, they all somewhat or another cheated on their wives, right? Now, I'm not advocating cheating. You shouldn't be doing that, but to each their own, right? If you want to live that kind of life, that's up to you. But I think, personally speaking, women need to understand the difference here between men cheating and women cheating. There seems to be a lot of problems between this line.
I always say get your funds up or live within your means. You already know that this type of woman is going to require more. That type of woman is not going to require as much as her. But men think that they're entitled to bad bees no matter where they are in life. Huge mistake. Except they only do that with women. You don't see these same men walking into the Bentley dealership saying, accept me as I am. Don't be conditional with me, to the sales guy.
Right.
I want that Bentley. When it comes to material things like cars and houses, they very much know where their status is in life. But for some reason, when it comes to women, they think that I'm entitled to anything with a vagina. Not true, sir. Absolutely not. Women cost money as well. So live within your means. Don't get mad at the girls that you can't afford to be with.
Is she really comparing women to cars, bro? Like, are you for real? Like, you run out of examples, you gotta compare women to cars. I'm sorry to point it out to you. You know, when you get a car, you already know how many kilometers are on that car. You know, usually it comes clear, not driven before. When we buy a brand new car, you're the first one to drive it. Now, the problem about women, you will never know if you're the first or not. They will lie to you. They will tell you are, but you will not know. You'll never know. That's the problem, right? Now, the difference here is some women here, they come with high miles already. You know, if I'm paying for a brand new car, I expect that car to not have been driven before, you know, and that goes for women, right? I don't expect it to come with a high load of mileage. But just because she's wearing all this makeup, lashes, and she has her body done and all these cosmetics and surgeries and all that, all of a sudden she's above me? Is that what you're saying? Like, all of a sudden she's top league just because of that? You know, that doesn't even make any sense, quite frankly, you know. So, but here, this now raises a question. How do you calculate this? How do you calculate if she's above you or not? Is it based on how much money she makes? Well, then, okay, fine, let's look at how much money she makes. You're telling me a man here who is on the sun between 8 to 15 hours a day, working hard, and yes, he may be making less than her, but at least he's not having his coochie out there on OnlyFans and playing it with it and scamming on these sims. At least he's doing a proper job that aligns with his character, his values, you know. At least he's not out there selling himself like some of these women, you know. Some of these women, they be out there on the internet selling themselves, marketing themselves, and making money off other people, but yet they want you to call them bad bitches. They want to treat you like you're down and lower than them. Like, how does that make any sense? At least I have my values. At least I have my pride still. What can you say the same? I mean, if everybody can look at you in Google Images, can you say the same? That is my question, you know. I mean, I gotta agree, yes, there is levels to this, right? Like, part of her, she's correct. There is levels. As men out there, you already know, right? You know the high maintenance women, and you know the simple women, right? You want to stay away from the high maintenance women if you cannot afford them, right? These are the type of women that they like everything lavish. They like everything fancy, expensive. If you don't have that type of money, why would you even be there in the first place? So I agree with this, right? Like, this type of women, you should stop entertaining them first and foremost, you know, and continue on with your life. This will make your life way easier, rather than trying to bend backwards and try to supplement her lifestyle, which you can't even afford. But here's the funniest thing. A lot of these women, you know, who act like they're better than you, they're the bad bitches, they're this and that, who have everything done, all this fake stuff going on, they simp on all these sugar daddies, you know. That's how they get their money. That's how they pay for their lifestyle from other rich men. So is she really above you? Is she better than you? She's just using an old man who is filthy rich to live this kind of life, to present herself as this bad bitch version to you. So is she better than you? You tell me. If you are a decent, hardworking man who's been working hard in the sun, working for your dollar, hour by hour, and she's out here doing the lazy shit, doing almost pornographic on the internet, and she's making more than you. Now, is she above you? That's a question you guys gotta answer for yourself. Like, if you're playing with your coochie and recording for your OnlyFans sims and you end up making more money than me, all of a sudden you're outside my league. What happens later on when you have children? Now you gotta explain to your children what you did for work, or it's take your children to work kind of day. Where are you gonna take them? To the internet? To your OnlyFans in your bedroom? Exactly, that's what I thought, you know? So, like, I mean, this girl, she does raise an important point, right? That you gotta know basically who you go with, who you can afford, you know, who's at your level. And I do get it. Some guys, they live this entitlement lifestyle where they think they deserve any type of woman, but As you look at them, their life is not even in order. First of all, they're living in their mama's basement. They're making $500 a year. They're doing nothing, and they think they can just, you know, they deserve this type of woman. No, you do not. And on top of it, you guys should not put women on pedestal. You guys should not be working so hard to try and afford a woman. At the end of the day, you guys should be working hard to change your life, not for women. You're not doing this shit for women. So put that aside, first of all right? And at the end of the day, man, you just need to find yourself a good quality woman who thinks right and who moves right. You cannot have these type of bad bitches, but yet their business is all over internet. Their business is all over the online. You know, their business is all over Google Images. You can't be having that. That's a disrespectful to yourself. Imagine sitting in a bar, bro, and talking to your boys and they tell you they've already seen your wife naked.
So when, at what point did you feel like this relationship took a nosedive?
When I realized he was trying to move cities to be in the same city as me after college. It was like, okay, well, I'm about to, like, I might be applying for med schools. Like, I'm going to be going to Kansas City. Like, I'm signing a lease for an apartment. Like, I already did sign the lease for the apartment.
How many months into dating was this?
2 or 3 months.
So now you've known this kid for a total of how many months?
Like 5 months.
You told him this and then he instantly said, hey, by the way, I'm going to move with you.
He instantly was like, I'm going to start looking at jobs up there. And I'm like, dude, you're almost flunking out of college. I was making sure he was getting his assignments in. Like, I literally felt like his mom, trying to get him to study, because I was very, very studious, because he had mentioned that he had almost all Fs in school. This is his 5th year. He was older than me. So he also was going like an extra year. And then he wasn't sure he was going to graduate. He was like, I just have to get a D in this one class so I can graduate. I'm like, buddy, I stress when I have one single B+. For real, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this is a lot. I made the mistake of putting him on my YouTube channel. I was paying him for every single video he was in.
Oh, so now you've incorporated this guy into a public relationship. So now you've taken Mr. D- into a public relationship.
Yes, on my YouTube
channel. And you're
channel.
planning on abandoning.
No, it wasn't like that. I just started seeing these red flags.
Girls are evil.
Because I would like pay him for...
Red flag? The only red flag I saw was the one getting monetized on YouTube. You running up brand deals at this point? You're making money?
I would pay him. It was very like...
What were you paying this kid?
Literally a percentage of
so
like
this
all the ad
guy's full-time job was to be your social media boyfriend.
What nonsense is this? So you mean to tell me you're with a man who was willing to risk it all for you, who was willing to literally drop everything, all his friends, his hometown, things he's already used to, he's comfortable with, to move in closer to be with you. And a man who was helping you with your business, your YouTube, whatever hustle, who's making you money, all of a sudden you dropped him? And now you're trying to rationalize it. This is not even a good excuse. You know, this just shows you what kind of person you are. This is actually tells me that you let money get in your head. You're all of a sudden getting too famous, too bougie for him, you know? You felt like he's not your match no more. Just because you're getting all these deals, you're all over the internet, you're popping, now you feel like he's in the way. Because all of a sudden, as you're growing, he's gonna be growing with you too, right? And you don't want him to have that limelight. So now you have to find a way to break up with him. And now you're blaming his grades. You're saying he was getting an F, he's getting this. Red flags. Red flags what? Red flags where? He never cheated on you. Matter of fact, if you said you broke up with him because he wasn't willing to move in with you or move to be with you or closer to you, then that would have made way more sense than what you just said here. This is a bunch of bullshit. And there's a real reason behind this, you know, whether we know it or not. But my assumption was you were getting too famous, you're getting all these deals, all of a sudden he's not fit for your brand anymore. You know, you're becoming a little bit selfish, all this shit, all these clouds getting to your head, and now you want to cut him loose. The way you move is crazy. I mean, yeah, granted, he's not the smartest man in the room, and that's why he's flunking college and all, but like at the end of the day, I think you should look at what's really in his heart, because that's all that matters. If a man's willing to drop everything he's doing for you, you must be so important to him. But yeah, look at you. Now you want to drop him because he wants to drop everything to be with you. So this just shows like that you wanted to still have your fun wherever you are. You didn't want to be committed to him. But the fact that he's going to come there and be committed to you, you don't want to be in a relationship. You want to horse around. You want to go around. You want to still play around. Because if he moves to be closer to you, you know that you won't have a chance to enjoy all this college fun, you know? So this just tells me that this is more likely the reason than what you're just describing. So anyways, that's the video, guys. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what you all thought. I need to hear your opinions. As always, Papi signing out. See you next time.